ShinRobjira.
Wide release Awakening Shin Godzilla will be standing over 6 inches tall. So close to 7-inch greatness. And before I get started, I wanted to give a lovely shout out to yet another new patron of mine, RKM. Wait a minute.
One thing you guys know about, but I'm not going to say on this stream. It's a secret. Y'all can't know. I'll tell you if you pay me $1, though.
It's you, 199 guy.
Tell us.
God damn it. Yo, I gotta tell because bro pulled up with $2.
Thank you for your patronage, fam. Both times, both the Herald and me. Lovely to see you aboard. Now, let's take a look at this guy. Or, more pseudo-correctly, his... We got yet another John crease on the tag, and I actually really like the tag image for this too. Fuck. Anyway, we got Shin Godzilla firing off his Easter beam of death and destruction. Godzilla 2016, Awakening version, Godzilla 2016, Godzilla 2024. Back of the tag will be shaped out to Shin Godzilla's dorsal fins, as well as tear not the freaking corn. Oh my god, HLJ, please. Shin Godzilla, movie monster series, purple and gray. I'm gonna be frank with you real quick. I am so happy to be getting another Shin Godzilla figure in the movie monster series that doesn't look like an Oreo cheesecake disaster. I must protect this tag at all costs. It's already damaged. Yeah. So Shin Godzilla, Awakening Roni and Cheese finally finds his way into the wide release family of the movie monster series. For those who don't know, this figure was always an exclusive release, be it at the Godzilla store, be it at an event, something of that make and model. So to finally have this as a wide release for everybody to enjoy without spending extra money just to attain and ship it, I'm quite happy about that, and I'm doubly happy that we actually get to see some new injected into this lad. But before we talk about that, I want to talk about these silver eyes over here. The film over Shin Godzilla's eyes, it's nice and shiny. Now Bandai never really painted Shin Godzilla's pupils. They're always just part of the mold that never got painted. So at least this time you can look at this vaginal maw of destruction with some silver eyes peering back at you. Shin Godzilla's teeth look pretty good. I'm seeing a mixture of purple on the teeth paint as well as on his mouth, but I can't get too mad about it. The teeth are small, but decently painted. The inside of Shin Godzilla's death destruction organ over here is going to look fantastic. This metallic magenta look just totally slaps. And the details on display within here are magnificent. I always did wish the split lower jaw over here was a bit more widespread out. I don't know how much more accurate that would make this figure, but it was something I always wanted to see. Moving on down from this hamburger patty from hell, we are going to get more of that magenta metallic purple looking color on his gills and right above that weird sternum crest. Bit messy here and there, but things are looking pretty good. Almost the same could be said for the chest over here, but I feel like they're using a different color red this go around. Might be a bit darker as compared to other releases. Maybe. How many fucking movie monster series Shin Godzillas do I have now? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I have 22, and that's counting all forms and the Monster King series releases. Per the Shin Godzilla, the Thriller norm, we're not going to get any paint on his claws, but they will be detailed. We're going to get some lovingly painted toes with minimal details on them. The extra toes on the side and tops of his feet will not be painted, just as per usual. And the very tip of Shin Godzilla's Siamese tail twin over here will be painted in that metallic purple magenta color, with some of that base color peeking through to accentuate on raised portions of this sculpt. And you can actually see the face. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, let's talk about dorsal fins. For those who don't know, most of the original releases of Awakening Shin Godzilla had a translucent purple vinyl base with metallic purple paint on top of it. I said most, not all. And here we get something a bit different. We get a lighter, brighter red, which might have been used with the Godzilla vs. Evangelion attraction release, which I still don't have. Cry me a river, so I may float towards it. Destination something. But this is the first time I'm seeing this in hand. I mean, it's even different as compared to the heavy paint applications version. And Bandai, how is it that you killed it here, but with the orthochromatic version, it just looked like absolute butt dripping. Granted, yes, there's a lot less paint going on into this one because it's mostly just metallic purple, magenta, whatever. And holy hat, they're all painted on the opposite sides. Well, these are much more further spaced out than other dorsal fins on other Movie Monster series releases. Okay, those aren't painted, but that's perfectly fine. We don't take points off for that. They painted the nubbiest of dorsal fins all the way from the tip of Shin Godzilla's neck nape. I don't think napes have tips, whatever. All the way into the base of the tail, which will feature absolutely nothing. And I'm not exactly upset about that because this back piece just looks lovely. Ugh, such a breath of fresh air. What the fuck is that? I fucking spoke too soon. I have to stop fucking my figures. God damn it. What is that? Is somebody akalugi on my Godzilla? Anyway, purple, red. The fuck is that? Is that paint peeling rubbish? Oh, motherfucker. Yes, metallic purple paint on a translucent red vinyl dorsal fin plug. I'm very much about it. I'm enjoying it. From every angle and shape of the sky going on back here, I'm a fan. I like it. And overall, to cover detailing, I mean, the Movie Monster series Shin Godzilla's in terms of detailing have always been pretty good. They just usually severely lacked on paint. I mean, the closest thing we got to a screen-accurate representation was the heavy paint specification Shin Godzilla, but we'll talk about him a bit later. I'm rather hopeful for Shin Godzilla's 10th anniversary, they'll celebrate it with, like, a super screen-accurate Shin Godzilla from the Movie Monster series. And I don't care how much money I'd have to pay. I already spent $122 on a damn vinyl figure box set. I will pay it for one singular figure, or three. Because, you know, it'd be only right to celebrate all versions of Shin Godzilla on its 10th anniversary, maybe. Either way, can't complain. Love the chest paint, love the mouth, teeth, and everything else paint. I'm gonna give Shin Godzilla Awakening wide release version 2 solid stars in terms of paint and detail. And now let's take a look at some size comparisons. Shokugan, HG, Fingies, Kid Roll Bit Ortho movie, Heavy Paint Application movie, Metallic Pink movie, Original movie, Big Titty Robot King. Articulation, full rotation at the arm, full rotation at these legs, nothing at the head, nothing at the tail, nothing at the tail, nothing at the tail. Exactly what I was expecting! Solid star. Wasn't that riveting? Now, before we get into the 4 points of articulation, let's see how this guy stacks up to other exclusive Awakening version Shin Godzillas. I only see it rightful that we talk about the latest Awakening Shin Godzilla with the original in the Movie Monster series. Starting up first, I didn't even realize this, but the base color vinyl is actually a bit darker. Interesting. Also, I do think the paint used on Shin Godzilla's chest for this release is metallic, while this one is more flat. Not complaining. And the purples used on the inside of the mouths, the dorsal fins, and the tips of the tail are going to be completely different from one another, as will the overall genetic makeup of those dorsal fin plugs. I love that translucent purple with metallic faint purple on the tips. And I love the translucent red with that metallic magenta or purple on top of these. And I extra love that the exclusive version didn't have his little nubbies painted while the wide release version does. I love it. On top of that, I was a little worried that this mold would start degrading over time, but it seems like everything is rather ship-shape. Over time, certain molds can look kinda yogurty, and this guy's looking pretty good. And the tips of the tails will actually be just doing the same thing with different colors, different shades of purple, different, you know, the whole 9 yards. And the tails will remain mostly the same, save for one little feature that, no, I'm not talking about the tip. Some copies of Shin Godzilla, no matter if it's Awakening or not, their tails are a bit shorter. So currently I have both of the tails resting up against the wall as far back as they can go. And as you can see here, this guy's tail is a bit longer, while this guy's is a bit shorter. Now, that might have been due to the fact that one was stored in a box directly out of the factory while the other wasn't, but this has happened with other variants that we are going to discuss in a sec. Such as the metallic pink variant that was released in 2020, back when Bandai really wasn't making any figures, they were just doing remolds and repaints. Because, you know, and ultimately, a lot of the same thing that's going on with the wide release is going on here with the pink metallic exclusive, aka Pink Lemonade and Cheetos Goji. Nubs won't be painted. Nubs are painted. No painted toes or claws, but the entirety of the body is going to be painted up in metallic paint, giving way to a really cool looking effect for this figure, as it looks like it's painted all the way from the tip of its head to the tip of its tail. When in reality, I think they just painted the whole figure metallic except for the top and tip of the tail, which is really cool. And yes, tail do be shorter. Interesting. Same thing with the tail with the orthochromatic awakening Shin Godzilla, and I don't think I need to spend too much fucking time on this. Yeah, what the hell, man? How was this likely done around the same time as this? Again, I know there's multiple colors, but Jesus Christ, I'm gonna cut this short. And now it is Awakening Wide versus Awakening Heavy Paint Application version Shin Godzilla. Oh, the two truly couldn't be any more different apart from one another. Those nubs ain't painted purple, but they are painted, yes. And just look at the difference between the two dorsal fin plugs. Heavy paint application is going to be a darker translucent red, while the newer one's going to be a brighter translucent red. They both use two different metallic purples on them. And yes, heavy paint application Shin Godzilla is still my favorite movie monster series figure of Shin Godzilla. Although heavy paint application Shin Godzilla doesn't have any kind of highlighting on his tail tip, as seen here, and 95% of heavy paint application Shin Godzilla's tail is actually going to be fully painted. This mold has seen a very many variants, and it's nice to see that one of the better ones is actually a wide release. As for what changed Bandai and Toho's minds to do that, I don't care, because now people have another shot at getting this, because all these variants, plus the ones I don't even own, ain't cheap. Secondhand market hell. I have so many destructive awakening children. I'm quite happy with it. Anyway, everybody, I've been ShinRobjira. So hope you all enjoyed. There will be purchase links from HobbyLink Japan and Beast of the East Collectibles down in the comment section below. With the Beast of the East Collectibles link, be sure to use my coupon code ShinRob5 to get 5% off your order, and the HLJ link, it'll get you the figure a bit quicker. You might have to pay more in terms of shipping. So if you'd like to save more money than you'd spend, I'd say go with Beast of the East Collectibles. I will see you all next time when I'm going to be talking about whatever that is, and I'd like to thank all of my patrons for helping me out, because your help means and does a crap ton for me. So thank you. Thank you all. And now I have to go put all of these back on the shelves and allocate different figures to different parts of other shelves just so they all fucking fit. This is fine.